Hi, this is Yolanda from Writing with Purpose. Welcome to my channel. Today is going to be an off-the-cuff video. I was not expecting to actually talk about this. I came across this information when I was at work. I was actually on the e-zine.com, and I look, normally in the mornings I will look at the articles, the front page articles, kind of like reading the news real quick. And I came across this article, so I clicked into it, and then it led me to the name of the person who does this podcast. So on a regular every day, I always listen to podcasts while I'm working, and I went ahead and clicked on the clicked on the podcast, and I know that we're living in the last days, and I know, everything that it states in the Bible and Revelations about the mark of the beast, but this just blew my mind. I don't have the man's name of the podcast because I do want to share the podcast, the person who did the podcast, but I only took these notes, which is really not much, but so I'm going to have to remember this off the top of my head. And I don't know if you all heard about the man who was paraplegic or quadriplegic, who was paralyzed from his shoulders down. He had a brain implant with a microchip implanted in his brain, and it's called Neuralink. It's the latest technology credited by, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to flag his name, but I will pop it in the video, where he was microchipped and implanted this in his brain. Now, this podcast was interviewing the actual man who had the surgery done, and it really, I heard about it on the news, and it kind of messed me up when I heard about it, but I didn't really pay too much attention, which I should have. The Lord really divinely guided me to this because I know I haven't been paying much attention. I am into AI. I am into everything that's going on with ChatGPT and all these different machine learning programs and softwares. So I actually knew about it before it even came out. I had posted an article on LinkedIn about this ChatGPT long before they actually it came out, because I came across an article about it a while ago, a couple years ago. So it's not new to me, but the things that's going on with it that's disturbing is that they're mixing, they're coming up with technology where they can implant these chips in people's brains, and they're actually using it in different ways to right now it's for medical purposes. It's for people that are having trouble, like whether you're blind, or whether you're paralyzed, where they're using it for science. But they're testing all this on monkeys, and this is so crazy. What I've heard is that it's going to be like they'll be able to read your mind, your thoughts through this technology, because once it's implanted in your brain, they'll have access to your thoughts. And this program can be hacked because it is a computer chip. And then on top of it, they go into the extension of where they can actually read your dreams and see your dreams and see what you're doing while you're sleeping, like what thoughts you're having, patterns you're having in your dream life. That's a little bit, that's way too intimate for me, for anybody to be knowing my thoughts and to be knowing what I'm dreaming. This is invasion of privacy along with a lot of other things. It's just not ethical. And it's not, this is just not, they're playing God. They're playing God, and they're trying to enhance humanity with science and with their technology. And they also said that eventually they say this is forthcoming, but it's not like right for now, but in the future, which is, they're only saying this is going to only take between 5 to 10 years, so this is within our lifetime, that they'll be able to okay, I had to cut the camera off because I couldn't remember. They said that it would replace the internet, and that when everybody, this would be an outpatient procedure where you can go in and get the surgery done to implant the chip in your brain, and you would be able to, instead of using the internet, you'll be able to communicate with other people globally, because everybody will have this chip in their brain, and it would just be like the internet. So you'll be able to tap in and get search, just like Google and all this stuff. The information that you need will be installed in your brain. So this is so disturbing. And I know back in the day they used to say that 666 would be planted on your forehead, but we could not understand that concept way before the internet even was created. But now it's all coming to play. Everything is coming to play and coming to pass. And I'm like, I saw a video on Instagram where in China they have this AI robot that's actually delivering the food like a waitress to the table while they're dining. And so these robots are replacing humans. I don't understand why they're trying to replace humans, like extinct us. It doesn't make sense. But that's what it looks like. These AI robots are taking away jobs. If there's no waitress saying they're taking robots to replace us. And as you know, AI technology is supposed to be, it's going to be wiping out all these jobs in the near future. And it's going to be like in the very near future. Like, I believe they're talking about 2025 next year. Trying to think of what else they said. They mentioned this one lady who was blind, and they scraped the tissue from inside of her mouth and her gums, her teeth, and they used the tissue to create I think it's called a corona in the eyeball, to replace the whole corona in her eyeball. And they also have robotic eyeballs. So, God help us. This is way beyond. This is like, to me, Frankenstein, scientist, playing around with body parts. That's what it reminds me of. And also I saw an article the same day that they said that China is going to be creating war robots. So there's going to be robots that are going to be fighting in the military. So they're not going to be using humans no more. We're going to be fighting against robots. This reminds me of the I, Robot movie. I'm not sure, if they create all these robots that are stronger than humans, it pretty much can wipe out the human, extinct us. Because they'll be stronger than us, smarter than us, and able to, remember. There's just too much. This is some sick stuff that's going on. I mean, they think it's intelligent, but to me, this is way beyond. This is evil. This is evil. And I want to see if on the back of here it says, okay, I do have the person's name of the podcast, so I'll pop his name. I didn't know it was on the back of this sticky note, but I'll pop his name on the video. Actually, it's not the person who did the podcast. This is the actual person who he's the first human recipient who received the brain implant. So I pop his name instead of the podcast. But I'm going to try to find the guy who created the podcast. I thought I wrote his name down here, but I didn't. And they also said, they're going to be interfacing this new technology with gaming. Now, I know there's a huge gaming community that is really addicted to playing these video games, and I could see them being the first ones to go and get this chip, because they don't have any knowledge of the Bible and of what's coming with Revelations and the Mark of the Beast system. And they also did mention in the podcast that eventually they said, well, they threw out the question, who's going to be controlling all of this? And then they mentioned, it's just going to be one person. They said eventually it may be the government, but then it's going to come down to one person who controls all of this. Now, you know what that means. Anybody that is walking with God and spiritually, you know what that means. And the Antichrist. This is an Antichrist beast system that is being set up right before our eyes, and people are not even aware of what's going on. So I'm coming on here to sound the trumpet, and I am coming on here to let people know, because right now people are so busy and so distracted with the politics, with their own personal situations, with their finances, with the inflation, with struggling, with jobs, situations, with their own personal lives and what's going on in their own personal lives. There's just too much. So people are not paying attention of what's really going on. And this is a critical time as far as the debates and getting the right president in, because we all know they're not for us. If God be for us, who can be against us? So, this is the time to really prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and get your mind and your spiritual life in order. This is a warning. This is going to be a whole new world. That's transforming before our eyes. When I created, the tagline for my blog, Speaking Life to a Changing World, I had no idea that it was gonna evolve into this. I know I could see the world was changing, but I could not anticipate to actually see everything that's going on right now. So I didn't expect everything to happen this quickly. It just seems like the past 10 years things just got a little squirrely really quick, and people unraveling because they can't handle the pressure. They was not prepared for this, and this message goes out because as things continue to decline, you gotta get equipped. This is not a time. This is not playtime. This is time for you to get equipped with, getting spiritually connected and really coming to know, you know, and to really have a stability and security in the Lord. So I just want to leave with this message. Hopefully, you know, this message will reach the right people. I know that I'm just building this channel. I'm starting, you know, with pebbles. But, you know, God has built me on a strong foundation, on a solid rock. And on the solid rock I will stand. So I am sharing, you know, His word. And I pray that you will, you know, grab a hold of the gospel and apply it to your life, because it is the living word and it's the truth. You cannot fall for all this false doctrines that's going around. Claim it and claim it and grab it and tag it and all this mess that's going on with this you know, auras and chakras and crystals and all this mess that has nothing to do with the blood of Christ, you know? Has nothing to do with the blood of Christ, and that's where the power is, and people are missing it. People are missing it, you know? They think that this world is this tangible world. They're losing it because of they want to grab a hold of this tangible stuff that you came in this world with nothing and you're leaving with nothing. Do you understand that? You can't take none of this with you. So there's no reason on stressing on the things of this world. God says to put your mind on higher things, eternal life, on things not of this world. So, people, it's time. Let's get it together. And yeah, I just had to share this technology. I'm all into technology, but this is way beyond anything that I will ever agree with. And yeah, I'm a techie, but my God comes first. So we will see you in the next one. Take care and God bless.